As I'm sure we're all well aware right now, Doctor Who is being put out to tender. There's panic in the streets, people setting fire to bins, people picking up their cats and lobbing them out the window because they just are so stressed out about what is going to happen with Doctor Who and when it's going to be back on our screens for our eyeballs to enjoy. There are some people who are genuinely saying it's going to be like 10 years, like... Look, realistically, none of us know when the show's going to be back on, but I think it's way more likely to be like 2 or 3 years rather than like upwards of 10 or beyond that. Right now, we've just had a press release that they're going to put Doctor Who out to tender, but when they actually do it, I think we can safely say it's not in the BBC's best interest to cancel the show or remove the show. As of right now, before this tender agreement actually goes out, we don't... Excuse me. I got a text. Until this tender actually goes out, the BBC could pull out. They could at any minute say, you know what, we're going to shelve Doctor Who. I think it's very unlikely because it still continues to be one of the BBC's best performing dramas. However, we're still in limbo right now. And I know they've said in a press statement that they are going to put it out to tender, but we also got told in a press statement that there was going to be a bloody Christmas special this year, and... well, that's just not happening now, is it? But I am going to think positively. I do think it is way more likely the show will go out to tender in about a year. Someone's going to pick it up, and then it's going to take about a year to get scripts and plans for the show and find a new doctor. And then in about 2.5 years' time, back end of 28, or early 2029, we are going to have at least something by then. If we don't have a new series then, we might have a trailer, we might have a cast announcement, we might just have that someone's bought the show by that point. I think it will be no longer than that, personally. Maybe that's far too optimistic, but who knows? So no. Lovely viewer, fear not, the show is actually not cancelled. Another thing I want to ask, right, people say that the BBC putting out to tender means that they want to get rid of it, but I think this can safely be shut down right now because literally earlier today we got the news that the BBC are also putting their other shows out to tender as well. So Super TV posted saying that Strictly was being put out to tender, which is super interesting. I will get to that in a moment because this is good news for us. And then Matthew here claims that Silent Witness is also going out to tender, which is a big BBC show, as well as other things that have gone out in the past. Blue Peter, Casualty, Fake or Fortune, never heard of that, Crime Watch, Rip Off Britain, Saturday Kitchen. All of these still exist. They got put out to tender and they're shows that are relatively consistent and they still exist. So thinking that tender means cancelled, factually, sorry, big wrong. It's a no from me, Carol, or whatever they say. I know likey, so I know lighty. I turned my light off to that one. And again, it's an argument I keep bringing up, but when Jodie and Chris were leaving Doctor Who, it was like very common knowledge, I'm pretty sure, that it was going to fade to black and there was no future plans for the show. And I think it was actually going to be shelved. If they wanted to do that, they would just tell us. It's why I hate the criticism on Russell of like him coming back and destroying the show. The guy who brought the show back is the guy who destroyed the show. But actually, the show was destroyed. It was in the pits. It was going to be put on the shelf like an old vase that no one really wants, but you don't want to get rid of because it was like your nan's or something. But Russell jumped back in and has secured a future. His era was a bit of a mess, but we've got a future. I'm very confident this show has a future. So if the BBC actually wanted it cancelled, they would just tell us. It's also really worth noting that Strictly Come Dancing is an annual show, and I think it does live off the fact that it's every autumn through to winter, you do get Strictly Come Dancing, and I think it has been annual every year since it started. Maybe COVID, maybe I'm wrong in the early stages, but as far as I can remember, every September through till like November, December time, Strictly has been on the air. And I'd imagine the BBC want to keep that up. They want to keep it as an annual thing. So I think they have good faith that between the back end of this year, like the very late stages of this year, and by this time next year, someone will pick up Strictly Come Dancing. Meaning that they have faith in Strictly to do well in the tender process. And like I keep saying, Doctor Who is one of their biggest dramas, so I think like we aren't experts on tender, and I think if they want to keep Strictly being annual, they have faith that the show will get picked up really quickly, and I think they feel the same about Doctor Who, and they know more about the tender process realistically than I do, than probably you do. So I do think it'll be quick. I really do. We need to just stop worrying. I really think it'll be not rapid. I don't think we're gonna have a new series next year like some people think, but I think it will go relatively pacey considering how long we think it's going to be. Like, it's already been a year and a half almost since the reality war. That's a bit of a stretch. It's been like a year and a few days since the reality war, and we missed the show. But we could just do that again and then again, and I reckon it'll be back. Anyway, it's turned into a bit of a waffle session, as do all of these videos, but I just think we need to stop worrying, we need to just chill out. The show will come back, like Stephen Moffat says, it will be back, it will be good. Have your faith. I'm assuming people are going to still shout at me in the comments and say that I'm wrong, but you're forgetting one thing. I'm never wrong about anything, ever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you didn't, drop a dislike. It's absolutely fine. You can rate it how you want. Subscribe if you're new with the notification bell on. You get notified every single time I post. Become a channel member if that's your thing. You get a shout out at the end of every video. Or you can leave a super thanks. You get a shout out at the end of the next video. Members get other stuff. Read into it. There's not many perks. Mainly it just helps me out. So thank you very much if you want to do that. If you can't do that, if you're on mobile, you can press the hype button. It helps me just as much, pushing videos out to more people so that everyone can see my lovely, gorgeous, beautiful face. See you later. Ta-ra.